I'm live already. Haha. So I decided, because I was MIA for a few days while on my trip, like I said in my previous video, that I would just go ahead and make another one today. And that kind of fixes the absence and also kind of gives me some leeway for another one later, in case I decide to give it a few days, which I may or may not. But my baby girl, my oldest, I guess kind of agrees with this one. Not that she didn't agree with the other one, but she's not a driver, so there's not much of an opinion there yet. But this one, as titled Your Worth. And man, that is one thing that so many people have lost, is their worth. Beaten down by the hatred and the lack of care, and just in general, the negativity in the world today has caused so many people to lose their worth. And coming from somebody that has been to hell and back, coming from somebody that has seen all the sides of abuse, it takes a lot, because you get beaten down, you feel broken, you feel lost, you feel confused, you feel like you don't matter in this world. And it's because of all the things that people are saying to you. It's from all the things that you hear throughout a course of time, and those words hurt, and, they have that saying, and they've had it for generations: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And that is where they're wrong. Words do hurt. And there's so much power in those words. When somebody tells you you're ugly, you're stupid, you're worthless, you'll never amount to anything, after so long of hearing those words and trying to be the bigger person and rise above and stand strong, it tends to get to you like hardcore, and you start to believe it. And that is so sad that it's come to that. Not that it's a new thing, because it's not. It's become more dominant now, that people are really using words to attack others, and cyberbullying and just bullying in general. It ain't right. And my kiddo here, I took her and her sisters out of school because I was just tired of the bullying, and all these schools want to do this whole stop the bullying, but they don't stop the bullying. They make excuses, and they don't reprimand the parents, because bullying isn't just something your kid wakes up one day and is like, I'm going to be a bully today. It is a learned behavior. Your children are a reflection of you. They are a reflection of you as the parent and what they see you do with other people. Now, if you are kind and you are there for other people, and you try to be a support and an encouragement to other people, then your children will do the same, because they're seeing what you do and how you interact in society, and they choose to do that. And some people might say, well, that's not always the case. I'm a good person, and da 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 da, and my kid, blah 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 blah. It has everything to do with you. What do you allow your kids to watch? What do you allow your kids to do? What do you allow your kids to see on social media? Are you paying attention to the things that they're writing, that they're saying to other people? Are you paying attention to what websites they go on? Are you paying attention to what shows they watch? Are you paying attention to the people that they surround themselves with, that they call their friends? Are you paying attention to all of that? Or are you just making sure that the bills are paid, there's food on the table, and they have clothes? Because if that's all you're doing, then you're already failing them as a parent. I personally am very involved in my kids' life, and I want to know everything with them. I want to know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, who they're talking to, where their friends are from. Are they sure that this person is who they are saying that they are? What are you watching? What are you listening to? I want to know everything so that if something happens or comes up, I'm already somewhat aware of the situation and I'm not getting blindsided. What do you want to say? Here's my baby.
I'm not sure what I want to say about this.
Well, what is it that you feel from when you were in school about how people not just bully, but how they make other people feel?
Well, it make them feel worthless, useless, unneeded, unwanted. All kinds of things like that. That's most reasons for suicide.
Right? What do you think people should do to change that? Is there a way to change that?
You almost kicked Frost off the table. There's ways to change it, but it all depends on the parents and the kids. The parents should know or be told by the principal what their child is doing towards others.
What if let's just say that the principal has talked to the parents and the parents are the, yeah, I'll take care of it type, and they never do.
And if the kids are feeling neglected at home, they can talk to the school counselor.
What should anybody, whether they're a child or an adult, who's feeling, like you said, worthless, useless, unwanted, what can they do or what can they start thinking to try and override all the negativity that's coming at them, whether from at home or at school or both?
Like I do with my friend. I tell him he's not useless, he's kind, he's nice, he's amazing. And it takes him a while to believe that. But I get him to believe it because I tell him that every day. After I say hello, how are you, ask him how he's doing, I say, you're amazing, you're the best. And he always says, no, I'm not. Or sometimes once he's getting used to it, he says, thank you.
So you think that they should try to find people in their life that can say kind things and encouraging things to override the negativity?
Yes, like if you have friends or something, you should start letting them know at least once or twice every day. Let them know that they're doing good, they're amazing.
I like that. I like your thought process. So you heard it from the mouth of a babe. You know how they always say, come from the mouth of babes, meaning babies. Because she may be 13, but she's my baby. But I completely agree with what she's saying. When you have people that are telling you such horrific things and making you feel like you don't belong, it's really hard when somebody comes across your path and tries to tell you the good things. Like she just said, she has a friend that, apparently he's being bullied, whether it's at school or at home or both. He's feeling like he doesn't belong in this world. And if anybody has ever watched movies or TV shows, in some cases and scenarios, they'll do a go back where they show the character or the people watching or whatever the case is, what the world would be like without this particular person or this particular character. And in doing so, it shows you completely how different everything was. Certain people didn't know each other that did before, and certain places weren't where it was. And you might think, well, There's no way possible I could have that much of an impact on the world. Excuse me. Or on the people in it. How do you know that? Honestly, how do you know that there isn't somebody you crossed paths with, somebody you talked to, somebody you just simply said hi to or waved to, that didn't set a course for so many other things? I'm not trying to say I'm like, big-headed here, but I try to wave to people whether I know them or not. Sometimes I just simply smile because, a smile can go a long way, and a smile can make somebody's entire day. They might still look at you all grumpy, like, why the hell are you smiling at me? Ugh. But it's going to stick in their mind all day. They're going to be going, why did she smile at me? Why? What did I do? I'm just walking by and she's all like, what the heck? Small things like that can have a huge impact. They can also have a ripple effect, and those things are huge. And I've been bullied. I've been abused. I've been told I was worthless. I was told I'd never amount to anything. I was told I'd never be good at anything. I'd never be good for anybody. If I ever had the option of becoming a mom, I would fail at it miserably and I'd get my kids taken away. I'd never be a good wife. I couldn't even be a good daughter. I was ugly. I was stupid. I was a four-eyed geek. Because I'm very skinny, I was called pencil, pole, paper, and everything else. I was beat, literally physically beat and treated horribly in school. And yes, I tried to commit suicide many, many, many times. And yet, excuse me, here I am, 32 years old, married for the second time, mom to 3 beautiful children, and stronger than ever. And I didn't just get here overnight. It took finally finding the right people in my life to encourage me and build me up and tell me that I'm not ugly. No, I'm not no Miss America gonna win the world pageant, but I'm not ugly. I may not be able to work because I'm disabled, but I'm good at what I do. I can make crafts, I cook, I bake, I do things for my family. I'm good at things like that. My kids, who are 13, 12, and 10, they look at me and there's days when I start to beat myself up because maybe they're not listening at the moment or they're not doing something I've asked them to do. And I get frustrated because of all the things I've been through personally. My head just goes on its own rampage and I start to tear myself down. And no matter how misbehaved my kids are being at the moment, when they hear me start to tear myself down, they tell me that I need to stop. Literally, they'll be like, Mom, stop it. You are not a bad mom. We're just not listening to you right now. And it's like, okay, so you're not listening to me and you wait until I'm about ready to rip, oh my Lord, my hair. I'm about ready to rip my own hair out of my head to realize that you're not listening to me, and that's why I'm getting stressed. And they apologize and they tell me at the same time, it's like, well, we are kids, Mom, and we are going to make mistakes. I'm sorry that we're not listening to you right now, and that's not right. But you're not a bad mom. You're trying to teach us to be better and to do better. But we are still kids and we're still going to make mistakes. And in that case and scenario, they are right. The fact that I have taught them well enough that they can acknowledge when they're making a mistake, it says a lot. A lot of kids today don't do that anymore. They don't say, yeah, I messed up. They're like, no, I didn't. And so the parents thinking their kids are the holy grail. And it's like, I acknowledge when my kids make mistakes. And now they've reached a point in their lives where even at their fragile ages, they acknowledge when they make mistakes. And that's huge. Because I know that if they fall down a dark path and they start doing drugs and stealing from stores and whatnot, not that they will because they've learned better than that, that they'll own it and say, yeah, I started hanging out with the wrong people. And despite what my mama taught me, I made some wrong choices. I started doing drugs and I started stealing. And I acknowledge that. And now that I've acknowledged it and I know what I'm doing wrong, I can go back and I can change it. I mean, not necessarily go back and change it. I can go and I can correct that mistake. I can fix it. I can make it right. I can do better and be better because that's what my mom taught me. And that's huge, just even thinking of something like that, not that I should be, because my kids are going to be smarter than that. At least I hope so. My kids are not perfect by any means. But when they make a mistake, yes, I'm going to be there as their mother to, guide them. But at the same time, I'm going to be like, you need to figure out how to take care of this yourself. I taught you better than that, and you made the wrong choice anyway. So you need to be accountable for your actions. You break the law and you get in trouble, then it is on you to get yourself out. I'm not going to help you do it. I'm not going to coddle you and try to make you seem like a saint, or you just are sick in the head or got a mental illness or whatever the case is, and make a long list of excuses for you. I am not making excuses for you at all, not one. Because there is no justifiable reason for you to do what you did. Knowing what you've been taught and how you were raised, there's no excuse. And that's the sad part with some parents today, is they make excuses for their kids. They say that, their kid's a good kid or never makes mistakes or blah, 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 blah. And it's like you're coddling your child. You think that just because you got some of this going on, that it makes what your child did okay, that you can just buy them out. What are you teaching them? That you'll always be there to slap a few grand down and get them out of trouble every time they do get into trouble? They don't learn anything with that. They just learn that you'll always be there to save them. And someday there will be the day where you won't be there to save them, because we all got to die someday. And therefore, they screw up after you're dead. Who's going to save them then? Nobody. They're going to be wondering how the hell to handle the situation. That brings me to the topic of today's generation being such sensitive snowflakes. Nobody knows how to handle anything anymore. Everybody is so... Either you have the people on this side who are cruel-hearted and just treat everybody like crap because they feel they're entitled. And then on this side, you have the victims, the ones who are picked on by those guys. And it's devastating. My dogs are being crazy, barking at the neighbor dogs. It's devastating what this world has come to. It's devastating hearing how many people are committing suicide because other people want to tear them down. Life can be shitty sometimes. I am not saying that it's not. But why? Why, when your life isn't going your way, when things aren't right to you, why is it okay to break somebody else down? Why is it okay to keep bringing yourself down? Because at the end of the day, not is it just other people using words to hurt us, it's us using words to hurt ourselves. We get into such a cycle believing what other people say that not only do we start to believe it, but we start to think it, feel it, say it to ourselves. We get to this point where we're like, we can't even look in the mirror at ourselves because all we think we see is ugly, worthless, unloved, unwanted, unvalued, uncared for, an unnecessary puzzle piece in this world. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. It doesn't matter what society says, because society is going to screw at your head all the time. They're going to make you believe that you have to be something you're not just to fit in. I want you all to know, whoever's watching this, whoever chooses to watch this, you are a puzzle piece. And as that puzzle piece, you may not see it today, you may not see it tomorrow, but you are a puzzle piece that has a perfect spot somewhere in this world. You fit perfectly into a bigger puzzle. I mean, the whole world is one big, huge puzzle. And every single person in it has their spot in the puzzle. No matter who you are, where you're from, like I said, you are a puzzle piece and you fit perfectly into the puzzle. You just got to find your spot. Now, the wrong thing with puzzles is there's so many pieces that look the same and they look like they fit, but they really don't. It belongs in another spot. And so you've got to find the spot that you fit in. In order to do that, you have to remember that nobody else's opinion matters. Quit looking for justification from other people. Quit listening to the negative stuff. When people start telling you you're ugly, you're worthless, and all those negative things, you know what you tell them? Thank you. You might think that's odd. Like, why am I going to tell somebody that's being mean to me, thank you? No, seriously. Look at them with a smile on your face and say, you know what? Thank you. Have a nice day. And keep repeating that. Even when they start to get meaner with what they're saying, continue. Thank you. Have a nice day. And rewrite those words. Rewrite them. Because your happiness matters. And the only one that can really give you happiness is yourself. Nobody else. Yeah, it's nice to have people say nice things to you. But again, just like the negative words, those kind things are just words. So how is it that you can take all these kind words and be okay with it and enjoy it and all that stuff, and then these negative ones just really get you so harsh? They're just words. Okay? And people are going to say mean things about you and to you till the day you die. That is never going to change. It's how you respond to it. And like I said, as somebody that's been there, it's not easy. It takes time, but you can do it. I believe in you. You rewrite those words. When people are telling you you're ugly, you tell yourself, I am beautiful. I'm unique. When people tell you you're worthless, you say I'm priceless. Because there has never been, nor will ever there be, another me. When they say that you are unloved, you're like, no, I'm not, because I love myself. It's okay if other people don't love me. That's fine. I love myself, and that's enough. When people tell you that you're unwanted, I want myself. So what if nobody else wants me? I like me some me. I want me. Because I am the best me there is. And know what? I like me some me. And so on. You keep taking those negative words and you rewrite them for yourself and turn them into positive words. Taking your own life isn't going to solve anything. It never has, and it never will. Taking your own life just means that you put the pain and the heartache you're feeling and you're experiencing onto those who truly do love you. And you might think, well, nobody ever listens to me. Nobody's ever there for me. When I call, nobody's ever there. Sweetie, I wish that could happen. I wish that everybody that, has people in their lives could have those people be there at the drop of a dime. But what you fail to understand and what you fail to see and remember is, sometimes it really sucks. You're there for other people all the time. You're always there trying to help and do what you can. And then when you need people, they're not there for you. I understand that. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me a million times. But the thing is, you also have to remember on that same token that other people do have lives. You know, they have work, they have their families, they have this and they have that. And I think what upsets a lot of people and turns them away is the fact that if you're the kind of person that's always wah, 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 wah about everything that's going wrong in your life and you never say anything positive, you never have anything good to say, it kind of shuts people down, because if they're sitting there taking their time to encourage you and uplift you and build you up and make you feel better, and all you ever do is whine and complain about everything, then yeah, they're going to kind of be like, you know what, I just ain't got time for this. You know, I'm dealing with my own stuff. I ain't got time to listen to my life sucks and this is so horrible and blah, 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 blah. You've got to take the time to take it upon yourself to be positive once in a while, to be happy once in a while, to enjoy life once in a while, and just do good stuff for yourself. You know, take a hot soak in the bath, you know, with your favorite soaps, you know, stuff like that. Just take time for you once in a while. It's okay to do so. You shouldn't need anybody else to do that for you or to tell you to do that. Take time for yourself and make yourself happy once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel sorry for the parents and family members who have lost somebody to bullying, who have lost somebody that they loved and care about to suicide, because that kind of stuff is never right. To be taken that far, it's not okay. And I'm sorry if this particular video is a little all over the place. It's when it comes to topics like this, not only is it really hard to talk about as somebody that's been there, but it's really hard to truly break it down and get people to understand how significant something like that is and how huge of an impact words have on people. But like I say in every video, and I'm going to say it for this one because I'm getting ready to shut it down. Leave your comments and opinions. You know, if there's a particular part that caught your interest and I kind of did a glaze over it or did one of my normal things, then please leave that in the comments and I will address it better in another video. Like and share, subscribe, whatever it is you guys do. Because like I said, I'm still getting used to this whole doing YouTube videos thing. But I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions and what you think. I want to talk to you more about it. And if there's anyone that watches this that has ever felt a certain way and you're just wanting somebody to talk to you about it, drop that in the comments too. And I am more than happy to sit with you in a video like this if you don't mind. And you don't even have to put your name if you want to be anonymous, because you know what you have to say is really personal. Then we can leave you anonymous and I will just share with you what I think and feel about what you said and try to impart positivity on you and to you. Because everybody deserves to have somebody in their corner that just takes the time once in a while to say nice things and make them feel better. Be kind to yourself first and foremost. Treat yourself better because you're in control. You get to decide how people treat you. You choose that. People will treat you how they see you treat yourself. They will treat you the way you allow them to. So if you want people to start treating you better, you establish how you want to be treated. So be kind to yourself always and be kind to each other. It's really not that hard. It's so much easier to be kind than it is to be cruel. So until the next video, drop your comments, if any, like, share, and subscribe if you want to. And I hope to see you guys on the next video, whichever that might be about. And be blessed.